Hello, this is Dylan Miller on Daily Dose of Dylan. I will be covering, basically NFL and NBA, because I'll cover some MLB, but that's the gist of what I'm doing right now. So, alright, I'm actually live right now, if anyone's listening. Alright. First, I wanted to explain why I did not download any podcasts today. This week. The simple explanation would be I'm trying to also keep up with school because I am not an adult. And if I were an adult, this would be my work. So, I'm just trying to keep up with school and this at the same time. So sometimes it gets in front of sometimes school gets in front of this. So I'm going to keep trying to post every day though, except for the weekends. This is just a special one on the weekend because I missed almost every day. So this is basically just some, basically all the information I gathered, kind of shortened so it's not too long, in the past week. Alright, so Watson is on the move, it looks like. It looks like he wants out, doesn't matter who they hire, he wants to go. And he announced yesterday that the Jets are the first option for him. And I think this is a great move. I think it's a win-win for both sides. The Jets get a dominant QB. Because Salah's a defensive guy. He's not a QB guy. I like Sam Darnold. I do. I still like him. But I think he's like a Baker Mayfield. He needs the quarterback. He needs a good coach for him. Like Mayfield's Stefanski, that's a good coach for him. And the entire team, so that's just great. But Salah's a defensive guy. He's not really a guy that's going to elevate your quarterback. But the Jets get a dominant quarterback. Texans get a lot of picks. I'm not saying trade all of your picks. Trade some of them, though. Because you got a lot from the Jamal Adams trade. And I think people are like... I think Darnold, because I still think they should hire Bieniemy. The Texans, even if Watson goes, I think Bieniemy is great for them. And honestly, if they have Darnold, because I would trade Darnold and maybe 2 first-round picks for I'd give up anything I could for Watson. A young star quarterback who's top 5 in the league. And I think Bieniemy is a great guy for Darnold, too. Bieniemy's worked well with Mahomes for the past 3 years. That's a young quarterback. And by the way, the 2 guys Watson wanted for the coaching, Bieniemy and Salah. And honestly, the Jets were going to use their picks to either get a good guy from a trade or use them in the draft. And then develop a guy, I would trade a lot of their picks, honestly, for a guy like Watson. Hell yeah. And you've seen how Watson worked out with the receiving core in Houston pretty well. The Jets don't have a terrible receiving core. They got Crowder and Perryman. I think they're very underrated. I like Mims. I think he's in a good spot. And maybe this is why I want to trade all their picks. They can get another receiver in the draft. All right, so this is just dumb. The Seahawks are interviewing Adam Gase for the empty offensive coordinator job. Clearly, they haven't done their research. There are many players who have gotten significantly better after leaving Adam Gase. Look at Tannehill right now. He's a top 7 quarterback. Kenyon Drake has 18 touchdowns in 23 games. Devontae Parker, 1,200 yards, 9 touchdowns after leaving Gase. The Jets were last in everything offensively. This is one of the worst moves I think you could possibly make I just don't see the logic in it at all. You know, you gotta notice the signs here. Like, they're becoming an odd franchise here at the Seahawks. And I don't know how Gase keeps getting these jobs. I didn't even understand why the Jets hired him after the fiasco in Miami. Peyton Manning's endorsement is insane. I just don't see why you would hire Gase. He's done a terrible job in his entire career. Just doesn't make sense to me. All right.